What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another, I was about to say intensive treatment. Welcome back to another Speaking Nerd podcast where we talk about all things nerdy. And today we're joined by the three amigos, the core three, Marvel DC fan, Batman Ultra 7, and Swifty Gaming at your service. We're going to be talking about something today that I have been so wanting to talk about on this podcast since I saw it on opening night 2 weeks ago, and that is Blue Beetle. Yes, the movie that got very little promotion, that just took DC by storm, and it's my favorite DCEU movie. I'm just saying it right now before we get into it.
Honestly, it's like a top 3 DC movie.
I gotta agree with you. Oh, he left. Sick. No, let's talk about what actually we're talking about. Why AJ sucks.
Wow.
Just
No. No, it looks like on my screen it says you left.
No, I didn't leave at all.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about the real topic at hand, Blue Beetle. Forget what I said. Erase it from history. No, I'm kidding.
It'll never be erased from history. You goddamn know. You won't know it.
Josh was caught lacking.
I know. We're going to be talking about a couple people. We're going to be talking about my boy, Jaime, my wife, Jenny, and the whole fam. And I'm really excited. I've been wanting to talk about this since the 18th. And the movie took me by surprise. Like, I was hoping it was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be, like, top DC movie good. Like, not just DCEU, top DC movie, as AJ put it.
You know what? I'm pretty much in the same camp, too. Like, I knew it was going to be good, like, just from the set photos, the leaks and stuff. Like, I knew that it was going to be a good contender. I felt
good about it, but I didn't realize it was going to be, like, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like, DC fans have had a bad time with expectations.
Yeah,
especially this year too. Like let's be real.
This year was bad
because Flash. I mean, we know Flash. Aquaman's probably not. Aquaman's gonna fucking bomb hard. I bet you.
Yeah. Well, also, like going from last year to this year, it's like night and day.
Yeah.
Because like last year we had the Batman.
We also had Black Adam, which it's just not great.
Yeah. I forgot that movie happened.
Yeah.
And then we had the Suicide Squad like the year before that. So
yeah, that was goated.
So basically, we just had one good DC movie a year.
Yeah.
Was there? When did Wonder Woman 84 come out? Was it
2020?
That was 2020. That was like December, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah, it was like super late. And I was almost about to say January, but I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Nope. So was that the only movie that came out in 2020 for DC?
No,
there was Birds of Prey as well.
Birds of Prey.
No, there was a Zack Snyder's Justice League.
No, that was 21.
21, yeah.
Was that 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was March of 21.
So we had that, and
it was announced in 2020. So,
okay.
So yeah.
So it was the Suicide Squad and Zack Snyder's Justice League in 2020.
Yeah. So I'd say we had a W and like half a W in 2021.
Yeah, I mean that was a much more decent year than usual.
Yeah, it was.
It was probably better than this year. Let's be fair.
Oh yeah, it was. But I think Blue Beetle makes up for like the whole year's loss.
Oh, absolutely. I just wish this was the movie that DC was hyping up.
Right, not Flash.
Because like if they hyped this movie up as much as they did Flash, they would have actually gotten some kind of return on their investment.
Right.
Like James Gunn, what were you doing there?
What the hell were you thinking?
What were you thinking? Saying the Flash is like did he say like The Flash is the best
one of the
DC movie since The Dark Knight?
No, he just said it's one of the best DC movies.
One of his favorite movies.
One of his favorite. Yeah, one of his.
That was the biggest lie. That was the biggest lie ever told. That I don't know if that man's even watched the movie.
Probably not. I'm gonna say no.
I mean, it's just so clear to me that was such a loss that like they were just at a point where like, if we don't get any money on this, we're kind of screwed. So we gotta hype this up as much as possible, instead of hyping up the actual quality movie that was made.
You know what's especially sad is that there's an alternate universe out there where Batgirl did release, and it probably ended up making more money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, based on how good Blue Beetle is, I bet Batgirl was at least as good.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'd rather have Batgirl and Blue Beetle than have Flash.
Yeah, I agree.
We live in the worst timeline.
We do.
We got the worst one.
Consistently. We are in the dark timeline.
Yeah.
And the mustache twirling villains are named David Zaslav and Bob Iger.
And now we have to wait till 2025, and who knows if those movies are even going to come out that year. So
I know.
I mean, let's hope Superman Legacy is like a home run.
And I hope it comes out when it's supposed to, with all the strikes and everything.
Well, I don't know because, I mean, the SAG just like sent out a thing for video game voice actors to go on strike too.
Oh wow!
But that's besides the point. We're talking about Blue Beetle.
I was about to steer the conversation back. So enough dour shit. Let's talk about
Blue Beetle is great. It's wonderful. Can we talk about how cool like the opening title was?
Yes, it was really cool.
The fact that we haven't gotten anything like that like in forever. I mean, we're so used to the MCU having the like same intro every movie. That something like what Blue Beetle did just felt so unique.
Yeah.
And also like the whole travel of the Scarab across the universe. So cool.
That was cool.
Just a really cool way to bring you into the movie.
Yeah.
It's a good way too of getting us some background like on Ted Kord and some other characters without having to like shove it down our throats. You know.
And like having the Green Lantern hit the Scarab, that was a neat little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, initial thoughts, I guess AJ already put his out there. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I've seen it twice, and I enjoyed it like just as much as the first. Like, it was such a fantastic experience. So I would definitely go back and see it again here soon.
Also, I gotta say, this is one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time.
It was very funny.
Like, probably the last time I laughed that much in a theater was when I saw that Nick Cage movie last year.
Oh yeah, with Daddy Pascal.
And that's genuinely one of the most funny movies I've ever seen. So that's like saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the comedy in this was a lot better than.
It just felt really natural.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, I did. A lot of it, like, it wasn't like busting my gut laughing, but I did like a chuckle, yeah.
Well, the thing, the part that really got me was when the Scarab like got on Jaime, and like all the reactions that had me like burst out laughing.
Mm-hmm.
because all the reactions were so real and so hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say now the family was easily the best part of the movie. At least for me.
Yeah.
I also really like the third act. Like, there's not a lot of superhero movies that you can say like the third act was really good. Yeah. But I think all of the best qualities of the movie really shined in the third act. And it felt very comic booky. Like it felt like something that would come out of like I don't know, like JLU or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just once they started having like they're moving the Beatle around and George Lopez clearly kills like at least 5 people.
Hey, he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Murdered.
They bad guys, so he does not care.
Hey, he lost his show on TBS. He's still reeling.
Yeah, he's still trying to fight the earth.
It was therapeutic.
Yeah. Fuck you, Conan. But
also, can we talk about how cool the Beatle is?
Yeah, it is cool.
I just like that Ted Kord's like a dude, bro. Like, yes. He's just so laid back and chill. Like, on his desk, there's a fucking box of Oreos just sitting there.
You want to know why it's there? I don't know if you already got told, but the reason it's there is because Martian Manhunter was there.
Really?
Because that's his thing in the comics.
But yeah. I didn't know that was ever announced. That's so cool.
Yeah, the director confirmed that.
That's awesome.
Which, it's just a small detail, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I never would have guessed that.
Me neither.
It just came to me because I watched a lot of Brave and the Bold, and that was Martian Manhunter's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew that Martian Manhunter, like he loves cookies, but I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, he's just got a problem, you know.
The one thing in that room that I thought was so funny was obviously the bit when he said, "You're gonna want to take a seat," and then he turns around and he's like,
"There's nothing."
Not. And George Lopez is so funny. Like,
he's funny.
I love George. Yeah, I love George Lopez.
He did not miss a beat at all. Like, no, he nails the emotional moments, but he also is just so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, let's also talk about kind of. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's just really funny to me that whenever he activates the suit, it just like disintegrates all of his clothing. It's just really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when it first happened, he's like, no, slams the door. Yep, you just showed him your penis, buddy.
Yeah, your dick's out.
Yeah, he just looks at Jenny, and then it's just like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I just like the grandma's comment, like when he bursts through the roof after, you know, the suits getting integrated and whatnot. He like first is the sister comment is just like, oh man, put your dick away, and then the grandma's just like, oh, it's so small.
And it's such a grandma thing to say too.
Yeah.
Like, the great thing about this movie is that you can the way everybody acts, like, you can think of people in real life that would act like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that George Lopez's character is just like a conspiracy theorist.
Yes, come on, get in. They're watching us. That was so funny.
And you know he improvised the line, "Batman's a fascist."
Oh, real? Did he?
Yeah, he did.
That's great. I didn't even know that.
It's wonderful, and it's just it was so in tune with his character too.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that I remember when they said, like, when they put that in the trailer, I remember a lot of people being like, I don't know about that comment. And then when I went to see it in the theater twice, everybody laughed when he said it.
It's so funny.
It is funny, yeah. It's the children who are the problem.
So what was your guys' favorite act of the movie? Where did you think it really shined the most?
I think
that's really hard to say because it felt like such a well-paced movie. Like there's some movies where you can like feel it's long or it's short, but I just didn't think about it the entire time.
I'm gonna say second act. Where's
your favorite?
Shined, yeah. I did really like the third act too, but there was a point, and this was mainly on my second watch through, where everybody kept going to the Beetle and leaving it. I'm just like, can we just move it on a little bit?
Yeah, I agree.
So, but yeah, it's between those two. Like, there was a lot of really fun moments in the third act, but I felt that the second act was just the most like heartwarming and real.
That's true.
Like the chat on top of the court estate with George Lopez and Jaime was really good, and then also when Jaime goes back to the house to save the family, like that, the moment where the dad dies really got to me, and I wasn't expecting it to.
Me too, dude.
Me too. Yeah, especially since like the difference between that and like Uncle Ben is like two things. One, they built up this character and his relationships with everybody across the movie, and not just like in 20 minutes or whatever. And really endeared us to him. And then he dies of natural causes. And when he dies, Jaime is being dragged away from him, which is just heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, that just hits more for me than any Uncle Ben version.
Who is your favorite supporting character, guys?
That's hard.
I know, there's so many great ones.
That's really hard.
Actually, before you guys answer that, I think another scene that really got me emotional was when, at the very ending, when the grandmom said, "Okay, we can cry now," and Jenny was left outside the circle. And dude, Bruna's performance when she started crying seemed so genuine. And I was like, oh my God, that's so sad. And then she was let into the hug. I was like, oh my God, that's so great.
Yeah. I did really enjoy that moment too. I also liked the part afterwards where they're in the wreckage of their home, and then the entire neighborhood comes and
that's just real.
Yeah.
What I really like is when superhero movies acknowledge that like there's a community.
Yeah.
Which really the only one who ever did that was Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of this here, and it really works so well.
Mm.
I think everything between Jaime and Jenny was great. I love too the ending. I thought it was such like a 1980s, like the guy gets the girl, and it was really nice to see, because that doesn't happen like that all the time anymore. That was like one of the best end kisses in a while.
And it was really funny when the scarab said, "Is blood coming to your penis?"
Yeah. That was great.
Then she was like, "What did it say?"
Oh yeah. But it was great too because the second time around I saw it on National Cinema Day, and dude, it was an IMAX theater, completely packed with people watching.
Yeah,
Beatle.
saw it on National Cinema Day too.
As did I.
It was packed.
Yeah, and it's great to see that. And everybody loved it. I didn't really hear anybody complain about it after the movie was over. Everybody clapped.
Yeah, people were like cheering.
Yeah. And it was just really nice to see people in a movie theater together enjoying a movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But okay, back to favorite supporting characters.
I think for me, it's between George Lopez and the dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like that moment in inside Jaime's mind, like the last moment with his dad, that as another part which also really got to me.
Fuck. That had me like sobbing.
That was a great part.
Yeah.
What about you,
AJ?
It's really hard. I mean, they're all great, but I mean, probably the dad, but I mean, like, I love George Lopez. Jenny's great. I love the sister. I love how they all interact and how they interact differently.
Mm.
And I just think it's one of the best like in ensemble casts I've ever seen.
Mm.
Yeah, true. Like, there's not one cast member where I'm like, oh, like he wasn't really that good, or she didn't really deliver at all.
They could have easily had like the sister or the grandmother, like just be a background character and kind of slack on the writing for them, but they did not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Can we talk about the suit for a minute? Because man, it's great.
It's perfect. It's beautiful, and I'm glad it's a real suit, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, for the most part, it's a practical suit, which is a nice change of pace.
It just makes me so happy.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, just I even as far as like designs go, I even like the bad guys, like his armored look, both in the second act and in the final battle.
It looked really cool. Also, like the fact that they used OMAC is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's such a comic deep cut that I was really surprised that they used that. And I think they utilized it really well.
It's annoying too because people are like, "Oh, it's such a general villain. It's like so, like, it's like okay, here's another bad guy." It's like, have you read anything? Like, do you know who Carapax is? Do you know what the OMAC is? And
it didn't feel generic to me at all.
Me neither. Neither. It didn't to me either. And
especially with how they kind of built up this mystery to him, and then kind of unveil his backstory.
Yeah.
In such a small but really good way. And also the fact, I think one of my favorite moments of the movie is when Jaime is about to kill him, and and the Scarab literally tells him not to.
Yeah.
When earlier in the film, the Scarab did not care about killing anyone. Like, Scarab just would have killed whoever, whatever.
Yeah.
Because it was defending the host. But in this, the Scarab is also defending the host's heart.
Yeah.
Which it's just beautiful.
Yeah. I think it's a testament to the fact that the Scarab and Jaime are finally one. So Jaime's goals and aspirations and
morality.
And morality are the Scarabs now.
That just hit me.
Yeah. James Gunn use this character again, or I'm boycotting the DCU, baby.
Yeah.
Also, can the director do Justice League, please?
He would do a really good job in a Justice League movie.
Ensemble cast, very comic booky, full of heart. Justice League, please.
I wouldn't mind if they brought him back, or even for just anything, really.
Yeah, I mean, he
did just such a great job. Yeah,
he's so good.
Yeah.
Give me more.
Does anybody here have any downsides?
I don't have any downsides.
No.
The only thing I wish, one of the things is, I wish they added a little bit more to the runtime to kind of give us a little bit more Carapax. I would have loved to see more of him. I feel like it would have benefited a lot.
That's fair.
I still really like it, but I would have loved to see more Carapax.
I still think he's perfect the way it is.
After my second view, and I'd agree with that too. I wouldn't have minded to see a little bit more Carapax, and maybe see a little bit more of the Olmec too.
Yeah,
true. I'm really hoping that they expand upon the Olmec into the actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Marvel?
Somebody's somebody's gonna be like, it's all destroyed, and you're just gonna be like, shut up, fuck you. The only thing, and I mean, we kind of mentioned this earlier, just the third act,
honestly,
third act kind of dragging.
Honestly, the only downside is there's not any more movie.
I agree with that.
No.
I want more movie.
Yeah. There's nothing else to really add on to that, but yeah, I want more Blue Beetle.
Yeah, same here.
Just get everybody back. Just bring Jaime, bring his family, Jenny especially.
Well, yeah, they said if they do a second one, then they're gonna bring in Ted Cord.
Yeah.
If they do, I'm really hoping, because we kind of saw a resemblance in the movie itself, but I'm really hoping Jason Sudeikis plays Blue Beetle or Ted Cord.
They said it. They Sudeikis.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The thing is that would he agree to do it though?
I feel like he would. He does a lot of fun roles, so I feel like he'd do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, where's our Booster Gold Blue Beetle movie?
Dude, give that stuff to me.
I need it now. Give it to me now.
Yeah.
Also, they better if they're gonna be sticking, all of these superheroes in Superman Legacy, Blue Beetle. please.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind him showing up in
Well, honestly, I feel like he's the only one of the cast they've put that would really bounce off Superman, like, really well.
You know what's funny is that I saw today somebody posted on Twitter, like it was some dumb post about how, you know, Blue Beetle can't be canon to the new DC universe, but it's just like, you know, they only
Such a lie.
really mention Superman once, so you can just kind of ignore that.
Well, also,
it doesn't
like,
really matter.
Well, Superman isn't, like, Superman Legacy isn't an origin story.
Yeah.
So it's logical that Blue Beetle would know who Superman is.
Yeah.
That's you know, that's an empty claim.
Regardless, he spoke about how this movie's not canon anymore, so it doesn't really matter.
What are you talking about?
James Gunn.
What do you mean it's not canon?
The movie Blue Beetle is not canon to the DCU.
Yeah, didn't he say something about every movie prior to Superman Legacy?
This was like, yes, but this was more recent. This was like the past month and a half.
No.
I'm telling you, Blue Beetle's not canon. The character's canon, but Blue Beetle's not canon.
No, that's dumb. What he was saying is,
go ahead, bro.
What he was saying is that Superman Legacy is the first film made under James Gunn.
Right.
But Blue Beetle is the first character in his universe.
Right. And he said that pretty early on. But more recently, he said that the movie Blue Beetle is not canon to the DCU.
Well, if that's true, I'm going to slap him in the face.
But that's why...
That's an idiotic decision.
That's why after I saw it, I was a little bit like... I was talking to my brother about it. I was like, I wish it wasn't not connected. But, I mean, at the same time, they could easily soft reboot it.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
It doesn't need one, though.
I agree.
It doesn't need one. I'm sorry, Jimmy, but that's a stupid thing to say.
Hear that, James Gunn? It's because I'm allergic to your BS. Woo. Maria, Mamma Mia, George Lopez.
George Lopez. You know what's another fun detail that I liked with the grandma especially? She does not speak a single lick of English at all, which I really appreciated.
Yeah.
Like I just noticed on my second run, I'm just like, man, she didn't like, because they all, like, all of them except her, like, they all speak, you know, they switch out between Spanish and English. I'm like, man, she just spoke Spanish the whole movie. I really like that.
Yeah.
It just really makes sense.
Yeah.
So, we kind of brushed on villains, but Victoria, man, what an evil bitch.
she was so fun, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just played it so well. She was just evil. And it's just nice to have someone who's just horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no change of heart at the end or anything. Like, she just dies evil.
Yeah, I'm really glad they didn't do any kind of change of heart, because it just wouldn't make sense for her character.
No, she just
plus
burned.
It's kind of refreshing to have someone who's just the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the last When was the last time we really had a truly like despicable villain?
Forever. I can't really think of one. Not like recently.
Yeah. If somebody comments Zack's, like if they comment Darkseid or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, nope, that's bullshit. That's not canon. That's not canon.
Darkseid is the original. Just I'm a horrible demon guy.
I'm not counting that version of the movie as canon, despite what Andy Muschietti wants me to think.
Are you talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Yes.
There's nothing sympathetic about him in that movie.
No.
Who we're talking about? I didn't even care enough.
I said Darkseid.
Oh, Darkseid. I was gonna say I heard Zack Snyder and I'm like, okay.
That's the true villain.
Yeah, he really is. But yeah, no, there's nothing sympathetic about Darkseid. I don't know.
If there's a sympathetic person in there, it's Steppenwolf.
I agree.
DCEU villains are garbage, all of them.
I wouldn't say all of them. Don't knock Sivana or Orm. Ocean Master and Dr. Sivana rule. Dr. Poison was pretty good.
Orm's just gonna be Loki now. Like he's just gonna be like, they're gonna turn him into an anti-hero if the next movie's anything to go by.
They better not.
So.
But you gotta admit he was crazy good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was good.
Also Starro. And I guess Amanda Waller is a bad guy.
I hate Amanda Waller. For good reason, and I love that I hate her because she should be hated.
Why is she getting her own TV series?
Yeah, I think it's a pseudo sequel to Peacemaker. That's what he said.
I don't care about it personally, but I'm still gonna watch it. But I really don't. I care about everything else except that show.
Well, honestly, he might like put Batman in there.
Well, hey, if that's
considering the relationship between Waller and Batman.
Yeah. Look, if she's as interesting as she is in Arrow, JLU, then fine, sure. But I just feel like we haven't gotten enough stuff with her in the DCEU.
Like, she is really well cast.
I mean, yeah, I like Viola Davis in the role. I just don't give a shit about her character at all in the movies.
She was great in the Suicide Squad.
She was, because she was like barely in it. That's why I loved it. But I love Viola Davis. I'm with you. I think she's the perfect casting actually for Waller.
For live action Waller.
Yeah, so I mean,
the greatest casting overall is JLU.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that shouldn't even be a question too.
Golden standard.
Yeah.
I think too. I saw a Facebook post earlier, and it was like, I rewatched the Batman, and I'm convinced now that it is the best live action interpretation. I'm like, it shouldn't be a debate. It is the best live action interpretation. Like, it's not a debate. It's like, that's the same with me for Waller and many other things.
Well, the three best live action Batman for me are Pattinson, Kilmer, and Adam West.
Yes.
I will not move on that ever.
I think
unless Brave and the Bold just wows me.
Yeah.
But if Andy Muschietti's directing, it won't.
I was gonna say that I think they should get a new director. I don't want Andy touching another superhero movie.
Can they get like Sam Raimi?
Honestly, anybody but freaking Andy Muschietti.
I mean, is his name Angel? The guy who directed Blue Beetle?
Angel, yeah.
In our stupid language, yes, it's Angel.
I think he'd do it perfectly.
Hey,
Because
I don't
just give him everything.
just give him everything. This would be the one time where if you give one director everything, it would be great.
Yeah.
But like he would handle the Bat family so well, which based off of what I've heard, Brave and the Bold is very much about.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I think it would be perfect for that. Also, he could actually deliver on one, a killer Batman suit, two, great action, three, heartfelt core to the movie, and four, a great story.
Yeah.
So that is why they should fire Andy Muschietti immediately.
Yeah, I don't want him directing that movie. This is Batman we're talking about. Like this is the most beloved superhero. I mean, of all time, arguably.
I mean, let's remember. Well, I'm gonna give Andy like sort of the benefit of the doubt because the Batman parts of the Flash were the best thing about that movie.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Though
I do agree.
They're not good enough for me to have faith in him doing a whole movie.
I'm in the middle of where both of you stand on that. I agree that it's not so good that it's like, okay, I think he could do it, but I also do want to try and give him the benefit of the doubt just because I do think they were very good. Like I loved everything with Keaton.
I'm gonna give him a chance because I like his background as a director and
I do too.
You know,
I think the It movies are great. It's just I think the Flash is a pile of garbage.
Me too, but also, you know what? Now that you bring up It, I think that's somewhere Andy really shines too. Is like family, bringing people together.
But that's the thing.
Large groups.
If he chooses to actually,
Do that.
tell a good story.
Yeah. I mean, thank God though James Gunn is overseeing this. I don't think James Gunn is going to let that happen if he's actually overseeing this movie being made.
So.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, they're not gonna. He's not gonna go out of his way for like him to make a bad movie. So,
which just like it, I'm guessing that Brave and the Bold is gonna adapt some version of Grant Morrison's Batman.
Yeah.
Which is great, but it really worries me because that is not a source material that you put in, unsure hands.
Mm.
Because that's one of the best Batman runs, period.
Yeah.
So yeah, Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle. It's fantastic. Watch it.
Is that your rating?
I'm at like a 9.5. 9.5.
I'm gonna say 9.
15 out of 10.
15.
You know what? I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah. I'll allow that because this movie is just like
so damn good.
Just great, yeah.
It's peak.
It is.
If he had said 15 out of 10 for like Fury of the Gods, I would have been like, okay, haul her down there, pal.
Fury of the Gods is like 7.5 at best.
Okay.
I wouldn't even go that high. I'd say like 5.5 or so. It's just.
I said at best.
I like Fury of the Gods.
I do like it. I just don't love it.
I liked it better than fucking Black Adam.
I liked it better than Black Adam and Flash.
The problem between Black Adam and Flash is I think I like more of Black Adam than I do like of Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Because of Justice Society is pretty peak. and it's got great music.
It does have really good music.
Well, the thing about the
the soundtrack,
I don't know,
killer.
but Black Adam is like every time I think about that movie, I'm just like, it's like, yeah, I remember the Justice Society being there, but I don't remember anything about any of the characters.
Yeah, me neither. Except Dr. Fate.
I just remember Pierce Brosnan is awesome, and so is the guy that played Hawkman. And
They were both great.
That's all I care to remember.
Yeah.
Also, I think in practice, both of those movies are the same. Movies that probably want you to not think at all while watching them.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Adam, yeah, for that especially.
Because that's literally the only way to enjoy them even a little bit.
Yeah.
Flash is just nostalgia bait. So
and it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So, back to talking about the greatest movie of all time.
Something that's actually good.
Yeah.
Where would you put Blue Beetle in your DCEU ranking?
Oh, it's the top.
It's the top.
It's the top.
DCEU ranking? Number 1.
It's the top.
Not even kidding. It's number 1.
It's the GOAT. That's why
really
it's the GOAT.
Movie.
Why
To me,
the GOAT?
Mm.
What about you, Marvel? I'm curious where you would put it in your DCEU ranking.
It's either number 1 or number 2.
What would beat out Blue Beetle if it was a debate? Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, probably that.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, like top 3 for me are like Blue Beetle, Shazam, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And then
Pretty goated top 3.
And then Aquaman after that.
And then Wonder Woman probably.
Yeah,
right?
and then Wonder Woman, yeah.
At some point, we're gonna do a DCEU episode, like talking about the movies after, like the Justice League stuff, and I think we'll have a definitive ranking for our DC movies.
Yes.
Well, I think the movies after Justice League are probably the most fun, besides like The Flash and Black Adam. Like, I have certain problems with Birds of Prey, but
I don't remember a single thing about that.
I enjoy it as a movie.
I only really like, obviously Margot Robbie's good. I hated Cassandra Cain. I thought she was just terrible.
Well, yeah, it's because that's not Cassandra Cain.
No, it was just terrible the way they did it. So every time I saw her, I was just like, this annoying brat again. Like, give me a break. I'm tired.
Black Canary was great, even though she was only really good. 15 minutes.
I liked Huntress too. Yeah.
Huntress. Yeah, I thought like all the main characters were really good, besides Cassandra Cain.
But Mr. Roman Sionis was. I love Ewan McGregor. Okay.
You could tell he had fun.
Yeah. They misused him terribly, but that's basically the theme of the DCEU is they misuse everything.
I kind of wish at the end he got his mask burned to his face, because then you could have him be able to speak as Ewan McGregor does the whole movie, and then be able to have the true Black Mask in another movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, too, if say he didn't want to come back, they can just get anybody.
Yeah. And I'm just a little bit more fair to Birds of Prey because it at least tries to be something different. And I think it's better than something like Suicide Squad or whatever.
Suicide Squad's terrible.
Suicide Squad's the worst. That is the bottom of the barrel.
No, we don't care about the Ayer cut because the Ayer cut is probably just as bad. I'm sorry. But
yeah.
Or
That's
Jared
true.
Leto Joker. What a W.
Anyway, that's gonna be that's gonna be it for the episode.
Anyway,
what were we saying?
No, I was just gonna say David Ayer said some dumb shit once again because David Ayer's a dumb shit.
I did laugh at that quote he made recently on John Bernthal's podcast.
I was so mad. I was so pissed off.
I forgot that podcast existed.
Keep DC dark, which is what it is. Keep it in its zone. And I'm like, no, buddy. Like, how about you read a damn comic besides The Dark Knight Returns and Injustice?
I saw that.
Did he grow up in? He probably grew up in the 80s. That's why.
He probably grew up depressed like Zack Snyder, because Zack Snyder, all he wants to do is make edgelord content. Zack Snyder's not even depressed about comics. He's not. He just wants characters to be depressed so he can ruin them. Thank you very much for listening.
So what are we going to do with Pa Kent, Mr. Snyder? Oh, we're just going to have him get sucked up in a tornado.
And have him be an absolute psychopath. But let's not talk about shit of Man of Shit. Let's actually talk about and end this episode off on Blue Beetle.
It's awesome.
Possibly
watch
the best
it.
movie.
Watch it, you nerds.
Watch it.
I'm gonna go see it again. So see it as many times in the theater as you can.
Yeah. I want to see it as many times as possible.
I'm gonna make it a thing to see it more times than I saw The Flush.
Flush.
Yeah.
That was Marvel coined that, not me. So.
Yeah, that's mine.
Good man.
Hey, I gave you credit.
Yeah, you're not Bob Kane. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I got your reference.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that pretty much covers the movie. Does anybody have anything to plug before we leave? Any upcoming videos that?
I have some upcoming videos. I have a Batman the Brave and the Bold video essay coming up. It's gonna be really good. When Adobe Premiere decides to behave.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of stuff coming up. I have a video trilogy on Harley Quinn coming up. And yeah, I have a lot of stuff coming up. Batman Ultra 7 is back, baby. Also, watch my Puss in Boots video. Please. I need to be able to justify spending 7 months of my life on something for it to only have 70 views.
I mean, that's not a bad start. So.
Yeah.
Swifty, you got anything to share?
I gotta take a shit.
You always do.
I really do that. I had tacos tonight, so I'm on the verge of blowing up my room.
So yeah, stay tuned for his shit post. For his shit post.
Yes.
For me, on September 8th, I'm going to be live streaming before my birthday, so hopefully we can get the Speaking Nerd crew together and also some other people. We're going to play Use Your Words because everybody seems to like playing that, so maybe we'll get a full lobby together.
This is the podcast.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Alter? Who's Alter? Who's that?
You said the 8th, right?
The 8th, yeah, September 8th.
Sweet. I forgot we had a birthday in the same month.
Yeah. Really cool. And also, there's a promo coming up for my next review on the 9th. So I'm going to keep my lips sealed on what that video is. But you'll see in due time. But yeah, other than that, just YouTube shorts until then.
Indeed.
But anyway, everyone subscribe, like, share, follow, whatever. And we'll see you for whatever episode we do next. So take care, everybody.